What's up, everybody? Welcome into the FYF live show. Apologies for the interruptions yesterday. Hit some technical difficulties, but we are back today.
My brain broke.
We'll communicate with you better than ever going forward if something like that happens again. So my apologies, but we are live today. It is officially the off season, which I know that's not good news for everybody, but I love me some off season talk right now. Ask me in 3 months, I'm going to be ready for football, but today I'm excited about the coaching changes, the trading rumors, the franchise tag drama that is sure to unfold already with George Pickens a little bit, but we'll see what's going on with some other teams going forward. And of course, the over-analyzation of every single thing that happened in the regular season, postseason, and the Super Bowl. Speaking of which, the first thing I wanted to bring up was Dame. What's up, Dame? Welcome in. Dame? Glad to have you here. Jill, all of the I keep wanting to call the Patriots left tackle Cameron Little, but that's the kicker for the Jaguars. Campbell. Will Campbell is getting you were close. Williams Campbell. I think Will is short for Williams.
Campbell, yeah.
Williams Campbell. He's been getting all the flack for the pressure that Drake Maye got, right?
Yeah.
But we heard Witherspoon say, and we've heard other Seahawks players come out and say that the Patriots had some serious tells on their offensive line for what they were going to do with their protection, what they were going to do with their blocking, and they could read it all night long. I saw one video yesterday. I couldn't get it downloaded to show you guys today, but one of the biggest ones they showed was Jared Wilson, the left guard, right there next to not Cameron Little, Williams Campbell, was staring down his blocking assignment the entire night. Every single snap, looking directly at them. And it wasn't always just the guy closest to him. Sometimes it was the linebacker on the second level. He'd be staring him down, then run straight to him. So you get guys in the secondary looking at that. They see them staring on the linebacker. They know that's his tell. Suddenly they are fully aware before the snap that there was going to be a hole right there for them to run through. I'm sure there were other tells. That was just the one that I've seen come up so far. So I'm so curious to see how this develops further. But man, if that is the case, I am not an offensive tackle, but from my understanding, that is like OT 101. That is like high school level. Don't stare down your assignment. Look at the ground, look over, like misdirect a little bit with who you're going to be blocking, what your motion's going to be there on the line.
Yeah. Like I mean, this has got to be Mike McDonald, right? Like spotting
100%.
the tell like that, strategizing around it, and then that ends up being the game. That's some clever sheesh right there.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but Will Campbell, I mean, young guy, I guess you could give him that excuse that he's a young rookie, but you're at the Super Bowl. You've had a whole season. I don't understand how this is just coming up now.
Or Jared Wilson, the left guard.
Yeah. I just said Will Campbell.
Yeah. Will Campbell was the left tackle who was getting all the shade for getting pushed back into Drake Maye all night. He's the rookie left tackle, 22 years old, coming off an ACL injury in the Super Bowl. Vrabel's come out and defended him and say, we're not moving him to guard. He is our left tackle. All you guys are super reactionary. This other one, Jared Wilson, 3rd overall pick out of Georgia years back. Like that is a premier left guard in the NFL. He was the one with the first play
staring people
to wear
the mushroom cap.
The mushroom cap in the Super Bowl. First and only player to ever do it. Was also that probably made it even easier to spot that he was staring down.
That was why
you had Toad over there looking you dead in the eyes.
Every time he moves his head, you see that.
You see where his eyes are going right. Ha ha! All I can think is Toad. But that being said, I like that he wore it. Hopefully, this is a learning experience. Vrabel sounds like he did a great job overall this year, but that would be a major coaching faux pas going into the Super Bowl that could have cost them the game.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, it did look like the defensive line just had that offensive line's number the whole game.
It looked like they knew what was going to happen, and it turns out a lot of the times
corner blitzes.
They did. A lot of the times they did know what was going to happen. We got Kaysen stopping by as well. What's up, Kaysen? Welcome in, and our
Great
friend,
to see you, my friend,
Uneasy Allies stopping by. Well, Joe, before we officially kick off the off season, I prepared a game similar to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I don't have $1 million to give you. So I'm calling it Who Wants to Feel Proud of Themselves, because I can maybe instill some pride in you before this about the Super Bowl edition. We'll put a nice little bow on the Super Bowl, and then we're going to move into the off-season nonsense after this. You ready to play a little bit?
Yes, sir.
We got 5 questions. You're going to have 2 lifelines, okay? Because I'm going to ask you to close the chat. One of your lifelines is open the chat. So Dame, Kaysen, Uneasy, those guys can help you out over there. The other one, phone a friend. You can call someone live on air to get a question answered if you want to. If they don't answer, then you're just shit out of luck.
Okay.
Man, I wish we could get in a cab right now. I watched Cash Cab for the first time in like maybe a decade the other weekend when my sister was here, just through the Game Show Network on, and I was like, oh my God, this was such a good show.
So good. What a great idea. Let's put a trivia game into a cab. Brilliant.
Yeah, you got 7 blocks to move in New York City, earn $200, play some games. It's perfect.
Yeah, make some content.
All right. Well, Joe, we got Who Wants to Feel Proud of Themselves. They're going to be multiple choice questions, 3 options each. If you get them right, you get to feel proud of yourselves at the end of this contest, all about the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Your first question. How many times in Super Bowl 60 was the football kicked through the field goal posts?
5, 8, 10. 10 feels too high.
So this is including all times the ball went through the field goal posts during the game.
So not necessarily on kicks.
Well, no. What I'm implying here is field goals and extra points.
Okay. That is helpful. So maybe 10 isn't too high. I don't even remember the end of the score. I don't think either team got more than 20, right? The Seahawks might have got more than 20. I don't want to go 8. That feels wrong. Let's go 10.
10, final answer?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was 8. I was hoping you would math it out a little bit. 5 Seattle field goals. Arguably, Jason Myers should have been the MVP of this Super Bowl. 2 Seattle extra points, and then 1 New England extra point, bringing you up to a total of 8. I will tell you, though, JL, the chat would not have been helpful. You and Dame were on the same page. So had you used that lifeline, you would have also gotten it wrong.
Damn it.
But you could have at least blamed Dame at that point.
Damn it, Dame. I could have blamed you.
JL, do you think we ever see a kicker win an MVP in a Super Bowl? If Jason Myers didn't get it this time, do you think that is a possibility?
It's a possibility, yes, but it would have to be one hell of a game.
Or the worst game you've ever watched.
That's the worst game. Or maybe just like the most clutch kicking game you ever watched.
Yeah, you're right. Where the guy hits like multiple 60-yarders, including one to win it at the end of the game, then maybe you give it to him.
Like maybe a back-to-back record-breaking kick, like field goals, like a 68 and then a 70-yard.
Team's down by 5. There's less than 3 minutes left. They're at the 50-yard line. They kick a 62-yarder and then a 67-yarder as time expires to win the game. And then you get the MVP, Jason Myers.
Yes. Even though he was the most used player in this game, seemingly, every time he kept kicking, I'm just like, oh, all right, another kick.
When the game was 12-0, I was just sitting there like, oh, dear God, is this going to be the final score? Like, because it feels like it's enough points to beat the Patriots in this game based on what we had seen so far. Like the Seattle pull off a little bit and we just end with a 12-0 kicker only special.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a punter win it. If there was any Super Bowl where we could have seen a punter win it, the Seattle punter was absolutely drilling those punts inside the 10-yard line all night long.
Yeah, and then the other special teams players were getting down there, knocking it out. That was clutch.
Michael Dixon. I forgot his name. My apologies, Michael Dixon. I respect your game, but apparently not your name. Respect the game, but not the name. Damon here said, blame me anyway. That we can do, Dame. That we can do. But we won't this time. We'll blame you only if you actually give the wrong answer to JL going forward. Well, JL, you can still feel kind of proud of yourself, but we got eliminated on question 1 of this game.
Not great. Yeah.
Not great, Bob. That one was a little bit tricky. We're going to go on to question number 2 here. Which of the following numbers is the largest? Drake Maye plus Sam Darnold Super Bowl passing yards, New England Patriots Super Bowl punting yards, or Kenneth Walker's postseason rushing yards?
Ooh, postseason rushing yards. Sam Darnold, Drake Maye passing yards. I know that pretty well. Sam Darnold, I think, hit his, or maybe no, I think Drake Maye hit his at 230. Sam Darnold was just shy. So that's got to be just under 500. Punting yards. I don't think they punted 500, under 500. So I'm going to knock that one out. Kenneth Walker postseason rushing yards. Now that is tough. He ran a lot in the Super Bowl, but Zach Charbonnet was in the playoffs with him for a little bit at least. But then once Charbonnet was gone, it was Kenneth Walker season. I don't think he got 500. I'm going to go with A.
You mathed this one out. And John Luke, you are absolutely correct. Although Kenneth Walker absolutely killed it, he only played 3 games. To hit 500 yards would have been absurd, but he still had an excellent postseason. The New England Patriots punching yards at 356, and you couldn't have been more on the money with just shy of 500. Drake Maye, I believe, had 295 passing yards. Sam Darnold, 202 to put you at 497 passing yards total.
All those bets I lost.
Yeah, that one helped you a little bit right there.
Give me 1 second, Sam.
You're totally good. I was hoping for a better game from Sammy D. He even sounded a little bit disappointed in his post-game press conference. Whenever they asked him about it, he was like, yeah, we won. We could have done more on offense. I could have been a little bit better. But yeah, we won the Super Bowl. Is that not? He was like, yeah. I guess we won the Super Bowl. You're right. It's a really good day. But he just seemed so like let down in his performance that it was almost like overshadowing his joy of winning the Super Bowl. You could tell he wanted that hero moment, but he was still happy that he still was so happy that they won, but he wanted to be the dude that came out there and won the game.
That's fair. I think he has nothing to be too worried about. He played an excellent game as quarterback. He missed a couple wide open JSNs, which if I'm him, pretty much anytime I play sports, like after the games, I think about the highlight moments and the low light moments. And just focus, and I replay those in my head a bunch of times. I bet you he probably was doing that. Like, damn it, I could have hit JSN for 2 touchdowns to start the game, and then their offense would have broken, and I would have still looked like the hero.
Dude, even like rec league volleyball, when Leanne and I are on our way home from those, I'll just be like, God, I should have had that spike. I can't believe I drilled that out of bounds. Like, what was I thinking? You got too excited. And we won like 3-0. They let us just keep playing. And I'm sitting there just
right between her eyes. And she,
God, that would have been so great. If I would have just jumped a little earlier. It's all that plays in my head. So I get it, Sam. That was very relatable. Like, you won, but all you could think about was like, God, I can't believe I missed that throw. Can't believe I didn't do it.
The defense deserves the MVP.
Yeah. I'm curious what the rest of the MVP voting was for Super Bowl MVP. Like, who was second? Did they release that information?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm going to look it up. Super Bowl MVP voting update. Okay, I got this. 80% of the vote is a media panel. 20% of the vote is a fan vote. And this is just the odds before the Super Bowl. Never mind. Didn't get that info. We'll see if we can figure it out later. If I had to guess, I bet Sam Darnold's still second in the voting, just because he was the quarterback of the winning team, though, and then probably a defensive player, or maybe Michael Dixon or Jason Myers.
Yeah, I could see it.
I'm trying to get better about remembering these.
His performance, though, like if he performs worse, it's more likely the Patriots don't get as rattled as they do. He stayed pretty stoic up there.
We got Scampers in the chat saying, good morning, fellas and fellettes. That's a new one. I like that one.
That's you. He's referring to you in that one.
Oh, I'm a fellette. I'll take it. I'm a fell-in. Just kidding. Not yet, at least. We'll see if I get caught for anything. It would definitely be like some accidental tax evasion or something if I got caught.
Brown collar crime.
I don't know what that means. But sure, you know what? I'm not going to agree to that until I learn what that's not.
Ignorance is not a valid defense, Simon.
Brown collar crime.
I love that you're looking this up.
Crimes committed by individuals in specific labor-intensive occupations, particularly within the military or service sectors, often characterized by the color of their uniforms. So a UPS driver that drives his truck into your house on purpose. That's brown collar crime right there. What can brown do for you?
Brown collar worker is just specifically package delivery people.
Who else wears a brown uniform?
No, just UPS.
Just UPS, I think.
And the Browns.
And the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. Okay. So we got the Cleveland Browns and UPS.
It's so funny because as we're talking about this, I just like look over to my other screen and I see this picture that I'm waiting to pull up at some point, which is just David Njoku sitting there staring at me.
Oh, why'd you have to say it? I'm so sad. That dude.
I was gonna bring it up. I was gonna wait till the game was over.
Okay, after the game, I'll try to hide my sadness until it's over. But
Okay.
man, what a good Brown. That dude was Cleveland. He loved it. He was so good to us, and now he's gonna be gone.
He was mediocre good to you guys.
JL, that is so good to the Browns. No, that is more than they
less than half of his potential.
That is thank you for fulfilling half of your potential on the Browns
for nearly half of your potential here in Cleveland, David. Thank you.
Him and Jarvis Landry just scream like I'll do it for you. But man, this
not Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett, no, I love Myles Garrett, but he was intent on getting off of that Browns team until they threw the absolute bag at him, and he regrets it, man. You hear him talk, he's like, oh God, why did I take that money? Like, I should have left. I could have been on a real team.
But he's so nice to the owners and stuff. He eats it, and he's just like, yep, I love Cleveland. Cleveland's the best, and I love everybody here.
But you can see in his eyes, like, oh, why did I?
He doesn't believe
that? Why did I do that? I do not expect him to sign another contract with them if he has another one after this.
I'm just going to bring this up now since we keep talking about it. David Njoku announces he's leaving the Browns in 2026. Goodbye, Njoku.
David Njoku, I salute you and appreciate you. Your Dragon Ball Z Fusion end zone celebration is one of the greatest of all time in the NFL. It's such a it's from an anime, so it's nerdy already, and then it's maybe the goofiest, least serious move from an anime. Like in Dragon Ball Z, the fusion thing, the whole thing is, oh, you look so stupid doing it. And he's like, oh, I know. That's the perfect end zone celebration. I forget who did it with him. But his draft, I think he was drafted the same year as Myles Garrett, if I remember correctly, because I remember looking at those pictures of our first round draft picks, and it was just two of the most massive men I've ever seen in my life standing there between David Njoku and Myles Garrett.
Do you think David Njoku is one? Where do you think he lands? Just take a guess. And second, do you think he's relevant? Can he recreate the success he had the last 2 or so seasons in Cleveland, wherever he goes? Or is it dependent on where he goes?
I think it depends on where he goes. Tight end is one of those positions where it's like, if you are shout out our friend Coop, if you can be a top 2 target or get 10 touchdowns, then you're going to be successful. He's that big body guy. So if he goes somewhere without a red zone threat, he could be a top 10 kind of tight end. Or if he goes somewhere without super established receivers, he could be a top 10 tight end as well. But a lot of those teams without super established receivers have a tight end already. You know what I mean? We've got Arizona waiting on Marvin Harrison to come up, but they got Mr. McBride. We got the Bills sitting there, and they've got 2 pretty good tight ends. Dawson Knox being their second guy is about as luxurious as you can get for a tight end team. The Ravens, their wide receivers that started stepping up, Zay Flowers had himself a year, but you've got Mark Andrews and why am I blanking? Fill me in, Mr. Raven. Isaiah Likely as the second guy. So maybe we could see him go to the Panthers. Could be a spot where he could go. He could go to Denver.
Kelvin Benjamin, revive the Kelvin Benjamin carcass.
I'm gonna start manifesting him in Denver with Bo Nix next year. Maybe I hate Sean Payton.
Does that mean you're manifesting a bad outcome for your buddy Evan Ingram?
I think Evan Ingram consistently gets looked over and has better talent brought in over him. He had a pretty good year.
That cycle to proliferate. Just keep going.
Get him on another team. Let's send Evan Ingram somewhere else and see how he does.
Yeah. Do it everywhere, or else you suck.
He's been in Denver too long. Dame says Miami. Ooh, that could be fun down in Miami as well.
Him and Darren Waller. David Njoku, Darren Waller tag team.
What about the Eagles?
Yeah, I could see that. Upgrade from a Dallas Goedert. Get a David Njoku. Big guy to help with Jalen Hurts in the goal line.
Yeah, it's Dallas Goedert sitting at the top. Who's sitting behind him on the depth chart?
Calcaterra.
Yeah, Grant Calcaterra, Kylan Granson. Yeah, that's kind of wide open. I would prefer a David Njoku over a Dallas Goedert as my tight end. Pair him with Jalen Hurts.
So disrespectful to Dallas Goedert.
I know. I don't think so. If you watch what David Njoku's done with
this year, Simon.
dude, look at the quarterbacks that David Njoku has played with and what he's been able to do in that offense. Like, it has been absolutely abysmal for him. I think the best quarterback he's played with is Joe Flacco 10 years after his prime. And it might not be by a close margin. Second
Joe
place,
Flacco hasn't hit
Shador
his prime yet.
Sanders. He's still waiting for his prime.
He's still building up to it.
We'll see. We'll see where he lands. But a lot of times these switching team tight ends, you can find, I feel like they're never drafted at appropriate cost. They're either super overhyped depending on their location or super underhyped based on what they've done in previous seasons and maybe a not as ideal situation. So we'll see where he lands, but he's on my radar for maybe a late round dual tight end strategy next season. I'm also incredibly biased, and I like that man so much. Fusion. John Luke, you got 3 questions left. Here is your next question. Which of the following players had multiple sacks in Super Bowl 60? Only one of these players did. I'll give you a hint. One had 2, one had 1, and one had 0.
This is so humiliating when I get this wrong. I want to say Witherspoon, but I don't know if he got. Yeah, okay, Witherspoon. He's just the name I kept seeing. I feel it's Byron Murphy. Isn't it Byron Murphy?
What are you gonna? Are you switching to Byron Murphy, or are you leaving on Witherspoon? Locking in Witherspoon. Well, John Luke, your second gut was right. It was Byron Murphy, and look how freaking hyped he is right there. Witherspoon had 1, but he was causing disruptions all night. Ernest Jones had 0, but he was he's been a leader of this. Ernest Jones is like on the all quote team this year. He's come out defending Sam Darnold. He's been just a monster to the media. But Byron Murphy was a monster in the game with multiple sacks, reading that offensive line all night. And you love seeing a big man that happy. Look at that face.
You really do. It's just so enjoyable.
I've just been staring at that picture. I was looking for pictures to put in there, and I was like, oh, that's the one. Oh, this is the one right there.
It's got like David Njoku waving to you, this guy waving a football at you. Your whole background's just football players waving.
Everybody, I'm pretending like they're saying hi to me. It helps with the loneliness.
Collage.
Every minute, my TV just switches to a different guy waving for me. Maybe I can animate them as well.
Oh, yeah, you could.
Just add like a joint in that elbow and make it move back and forth. New product coming your way. Waving football players.
For your TV.
For your TV.
For some reason.
Okay, well, John Luke, you know what? Pride is not always in success. Pride is internal. So let's see if we can end on a high note with this last question. See if you can get it and save yourself a little bit. What I want to know is who was the last running back to win Super Bowl MVP? Hint, it was in Super Bowl 32. Was it Marshall Faulk? Was it Barry Sanders? Or was it Terrell Davis?
Barry ain't never win no Super Bowl. So it ain't him. It's probably Marshall Faulk. I'll go Marshall Faulk.
Final answer. Well, you didn't fall for my Barry Sanders trap, but you did fall for my Marshall Faulk trap. It was Terrell Davis, last person to win a Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl 32.
32 is 28 years ago.
Yeah, it was between the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. It was in the year of 1997. Terrell Davis came out and got it done. Is that too late for
Faulk? Faulk was like early 2000s?
He was a similar time frame. He was a similar time frame, but I forget what year he was on the Rams team that won the Super Bowl.
Damn it. Marshall
Faulk won the Super Bowl in Super Bowl. Oh, the next one. Super Bowl 34. But he did not win MVP. He did not win MVP in that fair. Super Bowl. But he did win the NFL.
Terrell Davis.
He did win the NFL MVP in the year 2000. Marshall Faulk did.
Was that the same year he won the Super Bowl?
No, he won the Super Bowl in 98, won MVP in 2000. Marshall Faulk had 30 Terrell Davis had 30 carries for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns in that Super Bowl in 1997.
Wow, 3. That's like an Alvin Kamara Christmas game almost.
It is. They won 31-24. So like it was a close game. 157 yards and 3 touchdowns on 30 carries. He was their entire offense. There wasn't a player that touched the ball more than 5 times besides him. John Elway had 5 rushes. Shannon Sharp had 5 receptions. Then everyone else were sitting at like 1, 2, 1, 2. Like no one touched the ball.
That's crazy.
Absolutely absurd. I'm going to have to go back and it's made me want to go back and watch that Super Bowl. See that domination. I love that they play the old Super Bowls on NFL Network in the week leading up to the Super Bowl, but I did not catch this one.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah. You must be able to go back and like click on them and watch them, right?
I'm sure. They're probably on YouTube. Jail, I lied to you. We got one more question.
Okay.
We got one more question. What I want to know is Drake Maye just completed the worst postseason with a Super Bowl appearance of all time by a QB in terms of expected points added. Which Super Bowl QB had the second worst postseason by this metric? Was it A, 2015 Peyton Manning, B, 2008 Joe Flacco, or C, 2001 Tom Brady? So this is only quarterbacks that made it to the Super Bowl. Drake Maye had the worst postseason EPA of any of those players. Who was second? Second worst postseason run that still ended with at least a metric of success.
Oh my God. Okay. It can't be Peyton Manning 2015. That guy was the GOAT. Joe Flacco 2008. It's possible. I wasn't fully locked in then. So I could have just been forgetting that. 2001 Tom Brady.
Remember, you got your lifelines if you want to use them as well.
My lifeline. My lifelines. Okay. Let's phone a friend.
Phone a friend. Who are you going to call? Or are you going to check the chat?
I'll check the chat.
Okay. We got Damon there saying A ? And requesting that you phone a friend as well.
Hey, he's the one I ruled out, Dame. Can I use 2 phones, friends?
You can use both your lifelines if you want to.
This is the last question. What's the second lifeline?
Phone a friend. It was check the chat or phone a friend.
Any friend.
Any friend. You can call him up.
Okay. I'm going to phone a friend.
Okay, Dame, he saw your A and he said, I need a second.
I can't pick Peyton Manning. He won my friend, our fantasy league, single-handedly. The guy auto-drafted, didn't set his lineup all year, and he won with Peyton Manning. That guy was a cheat code. It's going to be Peyton Manning now that I said that. Coop. Let's call Coop.
Call Coop. Ooh, Coop knows ball, but he also has a child. So sometimes he may not be able to answer. Scamper's in here. You still had check the chat, so you can see what the other answers are saying. Scamper said Flacco sitting there in the chat.
Flacco. Oh, okay. So maybe Scans might maybe lean Flacco here. Coop's not going to answer. I'm screwed.
Yeah, you might be screwed.
Your call has been.
Dang it, Coop. We're divorced.
Come on, Coop.
Let's go, Flacco. Let's go, Scampers. Let's ride.
Final answer, Flacco. Jail. You were thinking of 2013 Peyton Manning. 2015 Peyton Manning, if you remember, was the absolute corpse of Peyton Manning that was dragged through the playoffs after Tim Tebow came in to fill in for him during the regular season. And they won a Super Bowl despite Peyton Manning's best efforts. Peyton Manning couldn't throw a ball more than 5 yards that season. But they still won the bowl with him. So he was sitting at second worst all time. But Drake Maye, congratulations. You beat out the corpse of Peyton Manning for the worst playoff run of all time.
Good company. It's good company. Well done, Dame. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. You were right.
The one thing I hate about this picture of Peyton Manning is I can never tell if it's edited or not because there's so many versions of it where they made his forehead just slightly bigger. And like I grabbed this one off an NFL website, but I think it's been edited so much that even the official versions are questionable at this point.
Is that something about his facial expression freaks me out? He looks like he's about to eat something,
and it's going to go straight into his cranium. I mean, this right here is how he was able to do it without an arm. There's so much football knowledge right there in the frontal cortex, just sitting behind those eyes that it didn't matter if he couldn't throw it.
He's not even worried. He knows he's already got you beat. He's 25,000 steps ahead of you.
Dame said Von Miller was MVP. Boom. And Dame was absolutely right. If you would have trusted your first lifeline there, JL, you would have gotten it right.
I'm a coward. I can't.
Let's make sure I didn't lie. That was, in fact, the last question. John Luke, I hope you're able to find pride elsewhere instead of in those questions today because it wasn't there. There were some tough ones in there, some tricks that I threw your way. And maybe I could have reminded you of your lifelines a little bit earlier as well.
It probably wouldn't have helped. I wouldn't have listened.
But you know what? now the season is over. The Super Bowl has been buttoned up, and we are on to the offseason. That is going to be it for us today, guys. If you have things that you want to talk about, if you have questions for us, we're going to be digging into Dynasty. We're going to be digging into some trades. We'll probably do some way too early mock drafts coming up. But if you have requests, let us know on Twitter. Let us know here on YouTube, and we'd be happy to fulfill some of your dreams.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything before we jump off, Joe?
No, we'll be back tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow. Adios, everybody.